Have you ever heard of the most exclusive parties in New York, where celebrities and powerful businessmen gather for seemingly unforgettable nights? But what if I told you that behind these luxurious celebrations, dark secrets and serious accusations were lurking? The name behind many of these parties is Sean John Combs. Known to many as Diddy or Puff Daddy, what began as a musical empire quickly spiraled into a series of scandals, arrests, and court trials. Today, we'll dive into the story of power, fame, and the devastating consequences that come with it. Keep watching to find out how Diddy's freak-offs, initially seen as simple social events, revealed a dark side to the celebrity world. Sean John Combs, also known as Puff Daddy, Diddy, or Love, was once one of the most influential figures in global entertainment. Born in the Harlem neighborhood of New York in the early 1970s, he seemed destined for success from a young age. After the tragic death of his father, who was murdered when Sean was still a child, he was raised by his hard-working mother, who always encouraged him to seek a better life away from the struggles of the streets. With an innate talent for business, Sean quickly made a name for himself in music. He began as an intern at Uptown Records, where he soon stood out for his bold vision and ability to spot talent. It didn't take long for him to found his own label, the iconic Bad Boy Records, which would launch major hits and become synonymous with the 1990s hip-hop scene. It was through Bad Boy Records that Sean met and produced the notorious B.I.G., one of the greatest rappers of all time. Their partnership not only catapulted both to stardom, but also helped transform hip-hop into a global phenomenon, taking it from the streets and placing it at the top of the music charts. However, behind this meteoric success, rumors of a darker side to Sean's life began to surface. The parties he hosted, known as freak-offs, were as famous for their grandeur as they were for the mystery surrounding them. It was common to see photos of celebrities like Ashton Kutcher, Justin Bieber, Jay-Z, and Leonardo DiCaprio alongside Sean at these parties, but little was known about what really went on behind closed doors. These events, held in luxurious mansions or exclusive resorts, were known for their excess, loud music, drugs, and an atmosphere of pure extravagance. But at the same time, there were whispers that the freak-offs were more than just wild parties. Women who had attended these events began to talk about abusive behavior, drugs being used without consent, and even acts of physical violence. For years, these rumors remained mere gossip until, in November 2023, Sean's ex-girlfriend, Cassie Ventura, brought the first major scandal to light. Ventura sued Sean for physical and psychological abuse, claiming that during their relationship, he forced her into degrading and violent situations. The revelations shocked the public and the media, shining a spotlight on the actions of the rapper and businessman behind the scenes. Despite the lawsuit being quickly settled out of court, the backlash was enough to open Pandora's box. Other women began coming forward, sharing their own disturbing experiences at parties organized by Sean. They described being drugged and, in some cases, forced into sexual acts against their will. Music producers, former collaborators, and even employees began to share their stories, painting a horrifying picture of a man who used his power and influence to manipulate, abuse, and control those around him. Prosecutor Damian Williams, tasked with investigating the case, stated that Sean had created a veritable system of violence to ensure that his desires were met. According to Williams, the businessman used his prominent position in the music industry to manipulate those around him, using violence and fear as tools of control. For those who tried to escape or expose his actions, Sean did not hesitate to use his influence to silence and destroy careers. In February 2024, another bombshell accusation emerged. A music producer filed a lawsuit alleging that Sean coerced him into hiring women for his parties and participating in degrading acts with them. The producer revealed that Sean used drugs and psychological manipulation to ensure everyone followed his orders, creating an atmosphere of constant fear. Over the following months, more and more cases began to surface. A woman, who chose to remain anonymous, accused Sean of raping her at a fashion party in 2003 when she was just 17 years old. According to her testimony, she was drugged and left alone with the rapper, who assaulted her while she was unable to defend herself. This shocking account was just one of many similar stories that came to light, creating a wave of outrage and calls for justice. As the pressure on Sean John Combs became unsustainable, he was arrested on February 16, 2024, at the Park Hotel in New York, facing multiple charges, including sexual abuse, drug trafficking, and extortion. His bail request was denied, and Sean remained in custody while awaiting trial. Meanwhile, the consequences for his career and reputation were devastating. Howard University, where Sean studied business, revoked the honorary degree it had awarded him. In addition, the institution returned a $1 million donation made by the rapper and removed his name from a scholarship program. New York City Mayor Eric Adams demanded that Sean return the key to the city, which had been awarded to him the previous year in recognition of his legacy in music and business. The public response was swift. Influential figures who had once been associated with Sean began to distance themselves. Jay-Z, Beyoncé, and Leonardo DiCaprio, who had often appeared in photos alongside the rapper, remained silent in the face of the accusations. Forbes even published a list of celebrities who, despite being close friends with Sean, had not publicly commented on the case, raising further questions about the complicity of these figures with the abuses. On the other hand, some artists didn't hesitate to openly criticize Sean's behavior. Rapper 50 Cent and singer Eminem were among the first to speak out, stating that they believed the victims and that Sean should pay for his actions. For them, the downfall of Sean John Combs was inevitable, the result of years of improper conduct finally coming to light. Even so, Sean continued to vehemently deny all allegations. In a social media post, he declared his innocence, claiming that the accusations against him were fabricated by people looking for quick money and fame. In a strong statement, Sean wrote, "These are repugnant allegations made by individuals seeking a quick payday. I will fight for my name, for my family, and for the truth." However, for many of the victims, these words rang hollow as more stories of abuse continued to surface. The case of Sean John Combs not only shook the music industry, but also sparked broader discussions about the abuse of power, the culture of silence, and the cover-up of crimes in the world of celebrities. For years, many of the exclusive parties and events that Sean hosted were seen as the pinnacle of glamour, attended by the biggest stars in entertainment.